My name's Millie and I am the writer and the director of Trip.
I'm Emily, I'm the first assistant director.
I'm Adam and I'm the producer.
My name's Agatha and I'm the director of photography.
I'm Tom and I'm the sound designer and recordist.
So my name's Rebecca and I'll be production designer.
Hi, my name's Katie and I am the editor.
So the story is about two young people, so Cassia and Tio, and it's about their friendship really, and how that kind of turns into maybe romance, and how they navigate this world and Tio's addiction to this new drug. I want it to be quite a sympathetic kind of look at this relationship because neither of them are bad people, and I want to really kind of focus on the relationship outside of just being they're doing this drug. I want it to be about them as characters and to really bring them to life and to allow the audience to empathise with them and maybe see themselves in these characters. So the characters are going to have a lot of challenges that are thrown at them throughout the film, for both of them, not just for Cassia, who's our protagonist. Cassia is obviously going to have the struggle with, the initial one of, do I take this drug? Is this something that I want? And then further on down the line, she's going to have to struggle with, am I losing Tio and can I help him? Is that something that I'm allowed to do? I really wanted to look at this idea of kind of, can you force someone to help themselves? Which is the experience that she's having with Tio. She obviously, adores this character, but how far is she willing to go and how far can she go to actually help him with his addiction? Tio, he does kind of obviously struggle with his addiction throughout. I think kind of the tipping point for him is when Cassia starts having these thoughts of like, how can I help him if I can? Do I have to walk away? And I think for him, he then has to make a decision if he is kind of capable of doing that, of not what's more important to me, but like, how am I able to still have this relationship with Cassia and simultaneously have this struggle of being addicted to this new form of drug?
So I like the premise of the film. I've not really worked in a film like this before, and everyone just seems really enthusiastic about it, so it's really nice to be around it.
I had a lot of inspirations to work on this project, one of them being Millie. I think seeing her being so passionate about the idea was a big kind of thing that made me want to work on the project. And also, it's a story that I've not seen before, and I think it'd be quite fun to explore it a bit.
I quite like how experimental it is, and I really wanted a challenge for my final film, and I think it's got a lot of potential to do well at festivals.
When I heard about the projects, I was excited because I think with a lot of projects I've worked on before, it's either been like stylish or it's either been overly stylish and had no substance, or have too much, or be like the other way around. And I feel like it's got a good blend of style and substance, and I think it's a good opportunity to be really like creative in all of the roles.
I think what inspired me is like the genre. It's a futuristic dystopia genre, and I feel like as a production designer, the set will be interesting to go into. Making the brutalism idea and the costume is something that I can't wait to get on to. I have so many ideas already planned.
Not only did the narrative and characters we're working with seem really interesting, but I think also seeing how much everyone was into it, so inspired to do it and create this film.
I'm most looking forward to actually being on set and doing the filming. I think there's a lot of work that goes into actually doing a film, so I think being on set and seeing it all come together will be great.
So I'm most excited about shooting outside because I've not done that before, and I'm excited to use all the practical lights and like create little lens flares and do all the creative stuff as a cinematographer that you can't do on like a indoor daytime interior.
I'm really excited for the post-production side of it. I've got more into sound design, being like sound designer more as I've like worked on films and stuff, and like working on like enhancing and like building this world that they're in, and like this like blending of realities that Cassie goes on, like her journey, and like how that can be molded through sound.
So there's a lot of elements that go into making a film. There's funding we need for locations, for expenses for cast and crew, to keep us fed, to travel, and it'd just be very beneficial if we could have some funding towards that to make the film the best it can be.
We have a certain aesthetic for the film, and that does come with a price, so we'll need it for production design, locations, transportation, and it'll really be able to get the aesthetic that we want for the film.
So to sort set design and the costume, there's so much in depth to go to it to recreate our world at the moment into a futuristic world. We also will having a special effects because there'll be a chip in his arm, and we would love to see that in detail just to show the tripping down and the device properly to establish what it looks like.